This is our first international conference in Nottingham, the first time we've opened it to the public. We have a multitude of different people here. We've got local affiliates or partners, national partners who are helping us in lots of different ways to deliver books to children 0 to 5.
Conferences like this are important because they bring together the communities. It's an opportunity for people to share best practices, learn about research, and to learn about how the Imagination Library works and operates.
The Imagination Library launched in the UK in 2008. It began in Rotherham on a whole borough-wide basis, and now we're all over the country, from Scotland right down to the south coast of England.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I can do it, so can you. Whoa, 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 whoa. I believe in you.
I'd like to say welcome to the city on this wonderful occasion of having Dolly Parton conference here.
The aims of today are so that people can find out about Imagination Library. It's a book gifting programme for children 0 to 5, and we want people to understand the mechanics of it and how the children get the books, the research that is behind it. We have Dr. Frank Ritzie from the States talking about the evidence base behind the programme, which we want to build on in the UK.
You really can't find a cheaper way to reach out to many, many children and remind those families of what the research tells us they should know. That reading to their children is important, and that they should do it routinely. And those books coming every month really serves as a reminder to do that for a very affordable price. I think it's successful because it's easy to implement, and it's a great way for communities to collaborate. The books encourage families to see reading as something that's enjoyable and fun and meant for children. And when it has their name on it, that book is meant for you as a child.
It is really important to introduce children to reading as early as possible and to books as early as possible, so that we can build up that sense of pleasure with reading, that books are something that they can have a relationship with. Picture books are really, really important because they're a dual modality. The child is receiving information through their eyes as well as through their ears.
I think a lot of what Penguin is finding the very best stories and connecting them to as many people as possible. And the Imagination Library has really helped us to better achieve that by reaching into those corners where we might not be.
iPads and screens are great, but there's something unique about an actual book. And you can share a book, you can turn the pages, you can go back and forth, you can read it together in a way that you just can't with other forms of communication. Books are very, very special.
We've been incredibly fortunate to have secured £47 million through the big lottery for a programme that is completely focused on investment in 0 to 3s. It's quite hard work actually, getting it up and getting it going, and it should never be dependent on 1 or 2 people. Start small and build it is a good way to go, but always have your eye on the prize of how you're going to make this a really long-term project.
I am so proud of the great work that you're doing. It always humbles me to know how many people are involved in the Imagination Library.
So the conference day has been fantastic. The energy in the room has been really high the entire day. There's been so many partners involved, and clearly everybody's very excited about the Imagination Library, and it's just going to go from strength to strength here in Nottingham.
It's been really enjoyable, really enjoyed it. We've learnt lots, and it inspires us to keep going with our children that we already reach and to reach further.
I think from my point of view, as being one of the founder members of it here in Nottingham, it's been particularly gratifying to see how the whole concept is spreading around the country, and I think there's a great future for it.
Currently we're sending nearly 1 million books a month to children around the world. In the next 10 years we'd like to reach 2 million books. We've heard so many delegates today about how professional the conference has been, how much they've learned, and how they are so happy that they've made the time to come here today.
To find out more about Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, how you can set up a scheme or to register your child to a scheme in your area, go to imaginationlibrary.com or email info@imaginationlibrary.co.uk.